gentlemen, and welcome to the Mount Carmel Area High School Silver Bowl, where tonight the Mount Carmel Area Red Tornadoes play host to their arch rival, the Shamokin Area Indians, in one of the most storied rivalries in high school football anywhere in the country. This is as good as it gets anywhere you're going to see football on a high school level. We've all been through it. Every time it gets better, it just keeps getting better. Today, you have everything you can look for in a rivalry, and we'll talk about all that stuff, but let's look at the big thing in this rivalry. The big difference for this rivalry this year, unlike any other year, is we're going to look across this field of that green carpet out there, and over there in that purple sideline are three of Mount Carmel's favorite sons. Of course, head coach Carm DeFrancesco, Joe Aronsfield, and, of course, Jazz Dimnick. Names we all know well, names that were coaching on this sideline at some points of their career, now find themselves over on the Indian sideline. And if that can't make an already unbelievable rivalry just a tick up a little better, I don't know what does, Wayne.
You know, we always talk about this each year, time and time again, year in, year out. You throw all the records out in this game. Well, when I talked to Coach DeFrancesco, that was one thing he had stated in the first game against Milton. All the kids were jacked up. They were really ready to play the first game for Coach. And towards the second quarter, they sort of went flat on them.
For the Shamokin Area Indians, number 31 is marking out John Nalowak, number 64, Michael Pennell, number 60, Brian Supsick, and number 47, Tony Treese for the captains for, of course, the Shamokin Area Indians, of course, Booker, Shoppy, Lentini, and Veach for Mount Carmel Area as they shake hands at midfield. And, of course, one of the things that Jose was up here, and no one gets more excited and revved up for a rivalry like Jose does, but Jose mentioned something that I hear other people saying. For the first time in recent memory, the Shamokin Area Indians come into the Silver Bowl in an away game wearing all white.
Right.
They traditionally wore their all-purple uniforms always when they played us, so it looks a little bit different to see them come out dressed in all white there with just the purple helmets, and we're wondering if that's a little bit of gamesmanship and a little bit of motivation over there in the sidelines by Coach DeFrancesco as he brings them into this hostile environment. The crowd, Wayne, is capacity. It is packed in this stadium. People are lining it around the fences. Mount Carmel area crowd still filtering in a little bit, but it is the Shamokin area. There's not any seats over there to be found. It is a big crowd. It's a raucous crowd, as always when we play Shamokin area. And, of course, down on that bench down there is the coal bucket sitting. And that's what it's all about. That's what this game is. It's the coal bucket game.
Right.
Since 1951, these two schools have butted helmets. Did they wear helmets in 1951? Well, they butted heads if they didn't. But since that 1951 season, that coal bucket has been the symbol of excellence between these two teams, and the one that takes it home, lives with it.
It's the 50th anniversary for it. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Jose had told us that it's one of the longest trophies that have been going back and forth in the state.
Also the longest continuous rivalry here. Since 1934, we have not missed a year playing each other. That's also a note here. We said we began playing in 1898,
and it was a tie.
You had Barkavich and big number 47, Treese, now in the backfield in a split backfield, and Romanowski goes back to pass. He's under trouble almost immediately. Now chasing out of the pocket and looking, and he's going to go down along the sidelines at the 26-yard line. He'll lose some yardage. It's going to bring up a fourth down and a punting situation. So I'm just wondering. He is one load of a guy, and he did. He kicked it right to nobody there. As Clea now jumps over and gets it. Clea comes up the sideline. Clea's got a seam, and he's got a block. Clea, ladies and gentlemen, is going to return this for a touchdown. He will return the first Shamokin punt for a Mount Carmel area touchdown, and just like that, at the 10-minute and 6-second mark of the first quarter, it is Mount Carmel area 6, the Indians 0.
I'll tell you what, Andy Kopp put all of his foot into that one and got over Clea's head and Veach's head. The ball dropped, and both of them were standing there looking who was going to pick the ball up. But what more can you say about that picket fence that was set up right in front of the bench there? There was absolutely...
Oh, watch it. You can see it on the replay coming up here. Take a look at the line of blocking. And take a look when actually Yasenchak could tell all the way back there when he was free. The lone back in the backfield is Barkavich as Romanowski brings him up and puts the big guy in motion, Nalowak, and now goes back to pass. Again, under a heavy rush. This time he has some room, but he's brought down hard by Yasenchak. right at the 26-yard line. Once again, Veach and Clea back deep for the Tornadoes. Look at the size of this punter. You're not going to see a guy this big punting very often in your lifetime. And he got it blocked. Ziegler blocked it. Number 12 has the ball, and that's Spears, and Spears does not get back to the original line of scrimmage. And Mount Carmel area will take over 1st and 10 at the Indian, inside the Indian 25-yard line. As not a lot of good things are happening to the Indians right now. Big 4th down play. Ashinsky brings him up. He leaves only Ziegler in the backfield, and he has Veach. And he's going to look in Veach's direction. He's going to let it fly, and Veach is down there, all the way down there. And Veach has caught it for a touchdown, ladies and gentlemen. John Veach caught it for the touchdown, just like that. He was heavily covered down there by number 23 from the Indians, Christian. And look at the replay coming up. And number 15, of course, Romanowski, and he got past both of them and caught a perfect pass from Shinsky. And just like that, he's in the end zone. Watch the replay coming up. You'll see that he's nearly tackled. He lets it go just in time. And there's Veach. He got behind both of those guys. It was a perfect pass, and 6 points on the board. Mount Carmel area 12, and the Indians nothing right now, as we are going to go for 2, it looks like.
Yeah, Dave Shinsky stood his ground. He had number 65, Scott Anderson, 5'11", 205 senior coming in from Shamokin, and as soon as he released it, Dave was hit.
Handed off to Veach, and Veach is going up the middle, and he's not going to make it. He's going to be stopped about the 5-yard line, and the 2-point conversion play will also fail. And with that, the score will remain Mount Carmel area Red Tornadoes 12, the Shamokin Indians 0 at the 6:46 mark of the first quarter. And Barkavich in there, and he's going to get it to Barkavich, and Barkavich is going down behind the line of scrimmage for a big loss.
Now,
Shinsky goes back to pass. He's going to flare it out, and he threw it. He was threatening to Veach, but number 65 for the Indians, he never saw Scott Anderson. Anderson puts it into the end zone as he intercepts a Shinsky pass and takes it into the end zone with the score now Mount Carmel area 12, the Shamokin area Indians 6, and just like that, the Indians strike. Shinsky never saw him covered, never saw him coming, and lightning can certainly strike pretty fast. Here's the replay, and you can see that you can see 65 Anderson was right standing there waiting for the ball to come by, and he never broke stride, and boom, he was there. No, I'm sorry, it's not Barkavich. Barkavich is split out here. It's going to be
Mark Polish.
Polish with Romanowski, and Romanowski is buried in there by number 31, Brown, and Cuff really put the punishing hit on him. A big loss for the Indians as Romanowski goes down all the way at his 32-yard line. The replay will be coming up here, ladies and gentlemen. Watch this, and you're going to see heavy pressure coming in from his left side. He runs right into it. There was nowhere to go. Brown and Cuff just sandwiched them. It is 4th down, and the Red Tornadoes have elected to go for it in the biggest gamble of Coach Brennan's career here at Mount Carmel area.
Goal line stance.
They go with a quarterback sneak, and depend where he puts it, to tell you the truth. And he does not look like he got it.
They stopped
him. They stopped him, ladies and gentlemen. That is a stunning defensive play by the Shamokin area Indians as the Tornadoes turn the ball over inside their own 30-yard line at the 28, where the Indians will set up 1st down and 10 in fabulous field position. And that's what we're trying to do. As Shinsky goes back, and now he hands off to Veach. Veach comes over to 30, up to about the 33-yard line. Into about 3 yards. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 6 for the Tornadoes.
Tony Treese not faked at all on that one. He just stayed back in his linebacker position. Of course, he goes back to pass, and he is supposed to move out into the flat a little bit, and of course moved right into the lane where John was running.
9:16 remaining here in the first quarter. Or the second quarter, I'm sorry. Shinsky again looking to pass all kinds of time, and this time he has Matsura, and he had actually Matsura and Veach both free, but Matsura catches it and gets it down inside Indian territory, all the way down at the Indian 45-yard line. And Shinsky goes back to pass, and he looks over at Matsura once again. Matsura has it, and he'll take it down across the 35-yard line down to the 33-yard line of the Indians, where once again it is another 1st down for the Indians as they come up on the ball, and Romanowski brings them up. Back to pass immediately. He's going to be under a heavy rush. And this time he's going down big time. I believe he fumbled it.
He tried to
He did. That is a fumble.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why he did that. I think he was trying to pass it at the last minute, but he got hit, and the ball popped loose. So a big play for the Red Tornado defense. You'll see it on the replay coming up. But I'm not sure why he didn't just tuck the ball at the last minute there. And it's going to cost him as the Big Red takes over the football right back at the Indian 33-yard line. You'll see him under pressure. Now, you'll see that he has time, but right there he has his ball, his hand up in the air as he's trying to pass and get rid of it. Shinsky boots a dandy after the ball goes overhead. It takes a Mount Carmel area bounce, and Shinsky boots it all the way down to the Shamokin area 11-yard line where it's blown dead. But what a heads-up play by Shinsky. Romanowski back to pass again, and this time he goes down.
Nobody touched Cuff coming in from his defensive end position. It was a sticker last year. There's Ziegler.
There's Ziegler. He breaks through, and Ziegler's taking it in, ladies and gentlemen. Touchdown. Mount Carmel area Red Tornadoes at the 3:47 mark in the second quarter. And there you had it. You key on Veach. That defense moved with him as Veach moved, and Ziegler pops it over the left side of the Mount Carmel area line and scores a touchdown. So it is now 18-6 in favor of the Red Tornadoes. Back in that shotgun again with Ziegler as the kind of the guard for Shinsky. As Shinsky looks around, he's got pressure. He finds Clea, and Clea takes it in for the extra point attempt. There it is, a two-point conversion from the 18-yard line, ladies and gentlemen. And Mount Carmel area now pops out to a 20-6 lead. And that was picture perfect as the Indians had all kinds of pressure, Wayne, on Shinsky, and he stood tight and tall and threw it.
Well, I'll tell you what we're trying.
Here's the extra point attempt on replay, Wayne, and there you see it. And Clea not only makes a nice catch, but he makes a nice move then as he turns the opposite way and gets into the end zone for the 2 point. Romanowski brings him up. He's got Polish in back of him. He's got a trips out to his left as he drops back to pass. Pretty good protection this time. But Swank and Lentini picks it up. Lentini is going to get the interception and take the ball down in Indian territory, very close to the 20-yard line, just outside the 20-yard line. Lentini on a nice play, but again, Swank was the guy to get leveled. Look at the replay. You'll see 54 cut through the middle here, and he's going to burst through, and there he is, and he puts the pressure. Romanowski left it go, and he was leaving it go again as he was being hit. Shinsky brings him up. He's got Veach and Ziegler in the backfield, and he's going to go back to pass, and he does, and he's got Matsura, and Matsura is going to drag number 15, Romanowski, right into the end zone as Romanowski couldn't stop him, and that's a touchdown for Matsura, number 21. Again, a nice pass play, good protection. He caught a nice pass and made a nice move into the end zone. And there's the replay. Take a look in the replay, Wayne. We'll see the move once he catches it. And there you have it. That's a nice move. Now, Romanowski has him, but just simply can't hold him as he's too strong and pops into the end zone. He's going to be brought down there. He's got number 21, Matsura, hanging all over him all the way down at the 10-yard line as Matsura on a blitz. First and 10 where he ended up with, though. So I didn't think he gained 5 yards there, but he did. This time, Ziegler on, again, that same play that went for the touchdown, a fake to Veach. You got everybody moving one way, and Ziegler pounds it over the 50-yard line to Veach this time, and he cuts around a block by Ziegler. And this time he got loose. Thomas is the only guy down there to stop him, and he does, but not before Veach takes it down inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line. And that's the first time tonight John was able to break loose, Wayne. Veach again, this time the other way. He makes a nice move in the middle of the line, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Mount Carmel area, and that's as good a cut as you're ever going to see. And Mount Carmel area comes out on offense and makes a statement that they are not going to be held in the running department. And now it is Mount Carmel area 33, the Indians 6 with the extra point. So high, they're really hard to see it, but he doesn't make it, so the score remains Mount Carmel area 33 and the Shamokin area Indians 6. Back to pass again under heavy pressure. And once again,
Cuff.
he's going to be brought down. And Cuff has been rampaging. And I use the word rampaging in the Indian backfield all night.
Mike Purnell, number 64, they're just doing an outstanding
Shinsky
job
back
tonight.
to pass, and he's got Lentini. Lentini breaks the tackle. That's Weiland that we got loose on and pops it into the end zone. So a touchdown for Lentini. And that's going to bring the score to Mount Carmel area 39 and the Indians 6, as the Indians now are being blown out of this football game. They come out, Romanowski underneath the center. Red Tornadoes are blitzing once again, and they're going to have Romanowski again, and again it's Matsura is the first guy in as he blitz, and they have not been able to handle Matsura. Brown, the other guy who made the other half of that sandwich up, but it just gets worse and worse here for the Indians as they cannot stop the Mount Carmel area defense.
Now what happens there in that case is that Brown rolls to the right. He lines up a little bit off center.
At 6:15 at Matucci's. And Yasenchak, he's going to take it in, but Romanowski took an ugly hit. He's still down. That was horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, Cuff just absolutely demolished him. Shinsky goes over and helps him up, and that's some great sportsmanship, one quarterback to the other. But the Indians stunned on the interception. Now 46-6 is the score. Excuse me. And now, thankfully, due to my bad math before, we will be in the mercy rule situation.